Hello, what's going on everybody? This is Jay from Maji and Jay, and today what we got here is the review video of the Elephone P5000 that I got from the website coolycool.com. I gotta say guys that I've been using this phone now for a few days and I've never been so impressed with a device like this one right here. Even though it is not the most economical phone in the market right now, it is $239. If you ask me, I would say that this phone is 100% worth it, and that's because we have a tremendous camera on the back of 60 megapixels. It also has a huge battery of 5,350 milliamps. But before we get started, like we always do, let's go ahead and get started here with the physical aspects of the phone and some of the specifications of it. The first thing we got on the front is a 5-inch. It is a 5-point multi-touch screen. It has a resolution of 1920 by 1080. On the top, you're going to find here the ear speaker. We also got the proximity and light sensor on the left side together with the notification LED on the right side of the speaker. We also have an 8 megapixel sensor camera on the front. On the bottom, we can't see it, but actually we can see it now. But we're gonna have here the menu key, the home key, and also the back key. Now the home key is also a fingerprint scanner. And then on the left side here, as we can see guys, it is plain. We don't have any buttons whatsoever. Now this device, as we can tell, it is not the thinnest device in the market either. It is very thick. It is about 9.5 millimeters thick. On the top, you're going to find here the charging/data port together with the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and have in mind that this phone is also going to support OTG. And then on the right side, we're going to find here the volume rockers up and down together with the power button. Finally, on the bottom, we just have the loudspeaker and also the microphone. If you look on the back, we're going to find here again the 60 megapixel camera. We also got the LED flash, the Elephone logo, and then on the bottom says keep expecting and be surprised. If you remove here the back cover, we're going to notice that this is a dual standby device and supports TF cards up to 64 gigabytes. And here I have removed that blue film that came with this battery. And here we can clearly see that this is a 5,350 milliamp battery, guys. And I was able to use this phone for about 4 days before having to charge it. I think that's something that is insane, something that I've never seen before, and Elephone finally brought it to us in the market, which is definitely great. On the back cover here, we can notice that it does come with a chipset for the NFC, because it does support NFC and also fingerprint scanner, as I mentioned earlier. And then also this phone carries 2 gigabytes of RAM. It has 16 gigabytes of internal storage, and then we're going to be running the processor MTK6592. It is an octa-core processor clocked at 1.7 gigahertz. Then the operating system on this phone is going to be the Android KitKat 4.4.2. If you go here into system settings, we go all the way to the bottom, here to about device, we're going to notice that yes, it is the Android KitKat 4.4.2. And this phone also supports gestures, as I mentioned on the unboxing. So let's say for instance, we double tap on the screen, it's going to wake it. Now, right now we have the fingerprint scanner option turned on, so the gestures are not going to work. Like for example, you can type the letter C, it's going to take you directly into the camera and so on. And you guys can customize that as well. But here I'm just going to show you first that the fingerprint scanner is working. And I was able to record up to 3 fingers, and I'm going to show you guys here that I have recorded up to 3 of them, and that's the max that you can go to, which is definitely great. I recorded my 2 thumbs and then my index finger. Then here, if we actually disable it, let's go here into screen lock option, and now we got to type that password, which was 1234. I can actually disable it, and then from there the gestures are going to work. So let's go ahead and select here a slide, and now that you guys are going to see here that I have disabled it, as you can see right now this is the regular lock screen. You're going to turn it off or put it on sleep mode, and now if we type here the letter C, as you guys can see, it is currently working and it's taking me here directly into the camera. Now talking about the camera, again, this is going to be a 60 megapixel camera on the back, and then we have an 8 megapixel camera on the front, in which we're going to be testing right now. So make sure you guys check the next clip and let me know what you think. Alrighty guys, and here we have the 60 megapixel camera of the Elephone P5000, and as we can see guys, the quality is very nice. The colors are very vivid and realistic, and as we can see, the overall resolution is also very nice. That's because we are recording in 1080p 30 frames per second. So here we can see that the overall quality is very nice. It's very smooth recording here. Now it doesn't have optical image stabilization, so it's going to look a little bit jumpy when you're moving around, but for the most part it's working well. Now let's test the front-facing camera. And now here we got the 8 megapixel front-facing camera of the Elephone P5000. As we can see, the quality is also very nice, but like many Chinese devices, the focus is very poor, and sometimes the colors can get a little bit dark like right now. But for the most part, it's going to do its job for selfies, Skype, or any other social media out there. And now here, if you go into settings, we're going to notice that right now I have it on its max. It is a 60 megapixel sensor. We're going to see that right now, so you guys can see right there. And now on the other hand, if we switch to the front facing camera, we're going to see the exact same thing, that the specifications of these cameras are correct, guys. I was very impressed to see that, because we know that sometimes the Chinese are not the most honest people when it comes to camera quality. For this device, it really impressed me. And also the battery, I mean, just think about it, guys. I was using this to play games, to do GPS tests. I played a lot of games during those 4 days, and the battery did last at me. I had to charge it about midday on the 4th day, so I was at about 10%, and that's when I charge it. And also it does support fast charging, so you guys can charge this device for almost an hour. You're going to have about 75%, which is definitely a plus for this phone. And also this phone came already pre-installed with many Google applications. We have here the Play Store, and we're going to see that it is working perfectly well. It came with other Google applications that are functioning very nicely. The only one that wasn't on there, I believe it was YouTube, and after downloading it, now it's functioning perfectly well. And here I have one of my latest videos. And as we can see, we got here the Zizwo Monster. Let's go ahead and play it again, so that way you guys can see that yes, it is functioning perfectly well. And that sound on the bottom speaker, it's okay, nothing to complain about, but it's not going to be super loud, nothing that you guys are going to be crazy about. As you can hear right there, it is a decent quality. And then this phone surprisingly only supports 720p of playback, as we can see right there. I was impressed to see that, because this is a full HD display on my Samsung Galaxy Note 4. I'm able to play 1080p videos. I might have to troubleshoot that. I'm not sure what's causing it, because again, this is a full HD display, so YouTube is not supporting it right now. And then here we have this application called Antutu Tester, and here we're going to see that this is a 5-point multi-touch screen. It is not a 10, as we can see right there. Also, the Antutu test gave me a score of almost 30,000. And have in mind, guys, that we're running here the MTK6592, and here we got the scoring. If you go here into rankings, we're going to see that this is just below the LG G3. If you go here into system information, we're going to see the brand. We also got the model P5000. If you continue to scroll down, we're going to see here the remaining of the information. The great news about this phone is that everything is correct and accurate. Nothing has been modified. As we can see here, we got all the sensors supported. And as you guys know, I like to use this application. It is called Sensor Box. Let me just go ahead and look for it around here. I think we're going to have it on the next page, and here we have it. And now we're going to go back once, and here we have all the sensors supported for this device. Right now we only have 3 missing, which is the temperature sensor, the gyroscope, and also the pressure sensor. Now here on the toggles, we're going to see that we have all of them supported except the NFC. The NFC, you guys have to go here into settings, and NFC is also working perfectly well. And then you go to where it says networks. Let me see if I can find it somewhere around here. I think it's going to be on the top. Let me just find it. We go here into more, and there we can see NFC. Right now it is currently turned on. We're going to test it here with the Monster R8. We're going to go ahead and transfer a picture from this device into the Monster. Let's go here and check my latest pictures that I have just taken with this device. And here I have my new car. This is my new Jeep Grand Cherokee. And we're going to transfer here again to my Monster R8. Let's go ahead and unlock the device. And all we have to do, guys, as we know, is just pair both devices. We tap on this picture, and now it's going to be automatically sent over here. Let me see if that's going to be correct. Let me go ahead and try that one more time for you guys. Apparently, oh, there we have it. Okay, as you guys can see, it has been completed. Let's go here into gallery. Just once, and here we have the picture that I just transferred. And as you guys can see, the quality of this camera is going to be amazing, and this picture will be provided down below so that way you guys can check it out. So there we can witness, guys, that yes, the NFC is working perfectly well. The fingerprint scanner is working perfectly well. The next thing we're going to test on this baby is going to be the GPS, so make sure you guys check the next clip and let me know what you think. What's going on, everybody? This is Jay, and here we are testing the GPS of the Elephone P5000. As we can see, it is working perfectly well, and we don't have to root it or hack it in order to get it working. It comes working right out of the box, and that's definitely a plus. And now we're going to test it from inside of the house. Alrighty, guys, and there we have it for the GPS test. And now if you open this application, like always, it's going to support it here from inside of the house. Right now it's reading 12 satellites, and it's going to lock very fast, and the signal reception is very strong, as we can see right here. So without doubt, this phone has a tremendous GPS. Everything is functioning very well. Now, some of the cons of this phone so far that I noticed is that it's not going to support 4G LTE, and not only here in the USA but internationally. This is only a 3G device. It is a WCDMA 850, and then we also got the 2100, which is going to support 3G here with AT&T. The great news is that we also have the band 1900, so it's going to support 3G with T-Mobile as well. And now, in case you guys haven't noticed, here you can see that right now it says Cricket instead of Home. That's because I switched from Straight Talk to Cricket, and they are $10 cheaper than Straight Talk. They offer the exact same service for only $35 here in the USA, and you really can't beat that offer. And now, with that being said, the next thing we're going to do here is go ahead and perform a Bluetooth test. Here I have my little Bose speaker. Let's go ahead and power on, and we're going to see that right now it's in Perry mode. As a matter of fact, it is not. There we go. Now we have it on Perry mode. Let's go here into the devices settings. Let's turn on the Bluetooth, and it does take about 10 to 15 seconds at the most to pair. So the Bluetooth is about average, I would say. Nothing too fast and nothing too slow either. And there we have it. Right now it has read it. So let's go ahead and pair to it. And now that we are connected, as you guys can see here, we're going to go back once. Let's go here into, I think it's audio profiles. Then let's check here on general settings. Let's go into voice call ringtone, and let's test the quality. The response time, as you guys can see, it is very fast. And now let's test here the bottom speaker. As you guys can hear, the quality is not too loud, as I mentioned earlier. But it's not the worst that I've seen. There we go. Okay guys, and there we saw the quality of the audio on this phone. Again, it's not going to be the best quality, it's nothing to really brag about, but it's going to do its job for the most part. And now that we're done with the sound test, another great news about this phone is that it has the ability to serve as a power bank. So you guys can connect the OTG cable here on the top, and you can power other devices. And here I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how it works. So basically you have to use this little OTG guy right here. You connect it on the top, and then once connected, all you have to do is very simple. Just connect your device. You need an USB cable, as you guys can see right here. And in this demonstration, we're going to be using the Monster R8, and as we can see guys, it is starting to charge it. And here we can see that we only have the device itself. Now I wouldn't rely on this device to charge many devices. This is in case you run into an emergency and you're running out of power, then I would recommend using it. If you guys don't have to use it, then don't use it, because that can also cause problems. You can run out of battery faster. And it is obvious to say that, again, it's because this is feeding another device. So this is only, guys, in case of an emergency, but this is definitely a great feature to have on your phone. And now the next thing we're going to be doing on this video is go ahead and perform a test on many applications, including the factory applications that came installed on this device. So please make sure you guys enjoy it. Guys, and there we have it for the testing of this phone, and as we can tell, it is quite impressive. It does perform very nice, at least from my expectations. I thought that this phone was going to be just another Chinese device, and it happens to be a very nice phone. The next thing we're going to do here is go ahead and weigh the device. Here I have my little weight scale. We're going to see that this phone is over 200 grams, and let's wait until this boots up. And there we have it in grams, guys. We're going to see that it is 207 grams, so this is definitely a heavy device, and that's because of the amazing battery that we have inside of this device. The next thing we're going to do here is go ahead and, like always, test the Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and open here the browser. And right now I'm on the Elephone website. Let's try here, let's say eBay, as we always do. And right now it's connected on Wi-Fi, so this is expected to be fast. Let's try here YouTube. Let me see if I can see it. There we go. It's going to take me directly into Google, and then from Google we're going to open the website. And as we can see, guys, on Wi-Fi it is working very nicely. And now we're going to go ahead and turn off the Wi-Fi so that we can test the 3G connectivity with Cricket. Now I did notice already that by turning off the Wi-Fi, it is currently not getting 3G. Earlier today it was getting H+. And again, I'm using this new company. It is called Cricket, and so far I can see that they have either throttled my internet. For some reason, I'm only getting Edge, but taking my word for it, guys, this was taking 3G because of the bands of it. It is supporting it. But right now, unfortunately, I'm only getting Edge, so for that reason, I cannot update it. Most likely, I'll be going back with Straight Talk because of that reason. As you guys can see, it just failed me right now. So that's bad news. I'm sorry for that, guys. I cannot test the 3G connectivity as of right now. But for the meantime, what we're going to do is go ahead and perform here a phone call test so that you guys can see the ear speaker quality and also the bottom loudspeaker. Okay, and first of all, we're going to start by putting it on loudspeaker.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Let's get started. Press 1 for English. Marcador.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but this is the ear speaker. It is very hard to listen, but I'm just going to try here my best for you guys. Now the great news is that this phone has a very nice speaker on the top, and I was overall satisfied, especially when speaking outside or on traffic. You guys are not going to have an issue. At least I didn't have any issues with the ear speaker. And I gotta say, guys, that all in all, this is a very nice device. I think that Elephone is bringing devices depending on what kind of user you are. This is definitely a phone for those who are always on the go and you need a powerful battery. You guys are not going to be disappointed. Overall, it is a very nice build device. It feels very nice and heavy and very solid in your hands. So if you ask me, I would definitely recommend this phone. I know it's $239, but it's definitely worth it, guys. It has many great features. The only downside, or the major downside of this phone, is that it is not supporting 4G LTE. Other than that, it's going to have sufficient RAM with 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB of internal storage. You guys get a fingerprint scanner. On the back, you get a 60 megapixel sensor camera, and then a 5350 milliamp battery. I think that the package is quite tremendous there. And I think I have completed the video, and like always, if you guys do have any questions, please don't forget to comment down below. Please like the video, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.